So I wanted to thank you guys a lot for the support you've shown so far in the Miami Dolphins Connected Franchise mode. To me, it just means a lot because for those of you who don't know, I tried doing this last year, and Madden 17 wasn't the greatest game in the world, and so not a lot of people liked it, and not a lot of people watched the series. So it wasn't entertaining for me because there was no support behind it. But I posted the first one. It went live on August 18th. And it was the week 1 versus the Buccaneers, season 1. And you guys just killed it. 2,000 views is what it's at right now. Literally just the other day, it was just hitting 1,000. And then I checked it yesterday, and it was at 1.7. And now it's at 2,000. And man, just thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me to see that the video is doing as great as it is. And then week 2 against the Chargers has 687 views. And it's nice to see you guys are engaged in it. And I mean, I don't know if you can just tell by my voice, but it's relieving to me because I can finally be able to post gameplay while be able to do my Dolphins talk and sports talk. And it's satisfying to me because I know that if I post something up, you guys will tune in. And that means the world to me for that. But all that aside, I have an announcement, and I'm going to pull this up, but I'm going to wait for a second. But I have an announcement to make. So, I don't know if I'm going to put this in the title as well, but you just saw the light flash. Let me quickly go back. But I have made a decision on the second franchise I will be doing. So, I said I wanted to do one on stream. I will still be doing one on stream, and it will be a fantasy draft. I will try to stream it sometime today, August 26th. If you're seeing this video anytime after that, I'm sorry, but I will be doing a stream today at August 26th. I'll have a video separately that will go out about that. So if you guys missed it, go back and look at it. But I will be doing that where it's a fantasy draft. But I will be doing another franchise that I will run. It won't be as frequent as the Dolphins franchise. I will try to get out 3 Dolphins franchises a week. And for this one, I will probably do 1 or 2, maybe, or it'll be depending on how people like it. But this will be a rebuilding franchise. So this will not be like the Miami Dolphins one where it's win now and trade for players. Picks don't really matter. This is going to be a rebuilding one, and it will stay inside of Florida. And I am very proud that I can announce that the team I will be doing for the rebuilding franchise is oh no, it's not working. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know why it's not working, but it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. A little bit of a fail there. Let's see if I can pull it up now. It's because I was recording gameplay on my Elgato, but it is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I was looking through and I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. So I wanted to do an owner, and I guess I'll bring myself back up here and just put myself in the corner. Boop. So I wanted to do an owner franchise, and I wanted to be able to control something. So what I wanted to control was the stadium. I wanted to be able to rebuild a stadium for the Jacksonville Jaguars fans, and I wanted to stay in a division that, although can be rebuilding, we can still win as well as make some competition. So the reason why I say competition is because you have the Titans, Texans, and Colts who all currently have franchise QBs, and the Jaguars, as of right now, while I'm talking to you, don't. So I made a lot of trades, and it'll be surprising to you. So we'll go on to this, and we have Brad Kaya, the quarterback out of the University of Miami. I signed him. I traded for him, as well as trading for Paxton Lynch and getting rid of the whole quarterback slate that we had. I got rid of all the quarterbacks that are on the Jaguars roster, and these are the 2 that I wanted to get. I felt like Kaya was a great developmental quarterback to have, and he can run, as well as Paxton Lynch. And I wanted Paxton Lynch because of that 93 throw power, and he had good short accuracy. I like to throw the ball on those little short throws and let my wide receivers gain the yardage. But I did the preseason games, did some practice, was testing both quarterbacks out, and Brad Kaya, surprisingly, even though I'm using him, he made more of the throws. It seemed as if he was doing better, and I just was like, okay, I guess we just have to use like Brad Kaya. I guess that's what we just have to do. So there you have it, man. We got Brad Kaya as a starting QB, and Paxton Lynch will be the backup. Kaya is a rookie, and the slider set I found is absolutely perfect. You'll see in some of the Dolphins videos coming up that the slider set I had was a little weird, but this one is absolutely perfect. You see that Kaya is a rookie when he throws, and the same with Paxton Lynch, seeing that he's in his second year and not that developed. But both tall, lengthy guys, so I wanted to grab them. Next at running back, we have rookie Leonard Fournette, who is just an absolute monster in Madden. And I have to say he is the main reason why I wanted to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars. He is just such a beast in Madden. Dalvin Cook, they didn't really honor what Dalvin Cook can do in Madden. The Minnesota Vikings were the team that I had next on my list after I was looking, because I just completely redid my list. And just so I can read it off to you guys. The teams that I was thinking of, I had 8 teams in mind. It was the Saints, the Jaguars, the Browns, the Vikings, the Texans, the Cardinals, the Chiefs, and the Giants. The Giants because of age, the Saints because of age. Browns, I felt like it was just too easy with the amount of draft picks they have. And then the Vikings were my second. I easily eliminated the Texans because of franchise QB. Cardinals, the same thing. Chiefs, the same thing because they have a backup who could be that guy. So it ended up just being really the Jaguars against the Vikings. Because of Leonard Fournette, I chose the Vikings. But then you got TJ Yeldon as backup. And then Jeremy McNichols, who I like because he has speed. And, man, this dude can do a lot. So I want to see how he's able to play. And the next guy is Corey Grant, who has 96 speed. He's going to be a returner. Fullback, Marquise Williams, nothing really too big there. Then we get into the receivers. We have Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns, Marquise Lee, Dede Westbrook, Rashad Green, who actually won a spot on the roster because he wasn't really doing good in kick returns. He did a little better towards the tail end of the preseason, but Shane Wynn was the star in terms of kick returns. He brought one back for a touchdown in week 2 of the preseason, and so that's what won him a job. I was going to only go in with 5 receivers, and I was going to bring in 3 quarterbacks, but he won a spot. Tight end, I traded for rookie at FIU, Jonnu Smith, one of my favorite tight ends coming out of the draft this year. I wanted the Dolphins to pick him up. As you guys know, he got burned by his girlfriend last year, and it's a sad story, but he's good. I loved how he played in the preseason. He's got some speed to him, and although it says he's got a 6-2 route running, he runs routes pretty perfectly in this game. Neil Sterling won a job, as well as Ben Koyak. Left tackle, Cam Robinson, the rookie out of Alabama, was able to snag him in the 2nd round, and he will be the guy. Then I traded for Jack Mewhort for the Indianapolis Colts. I have Brandon Linder from Miami, and then you have A.J. Cann, and we finish off with Josh Wells. Then we get to the ends. Yannick Ngakoue won a starting job in the preseason. It was basically him against Dante Fowler, and he won that. Dewan Smoot also played well in the preseason. He was able to get that backup role, and then Telvin Smith got the 3rd guy there. And then we go into right end. I traded for Taco Charlton because I didn't like how Dante Fowler was playing at the end position, and I felt like I needed someone that can up the game. And Taco Charlton, traded for him. He played well. Played him in the 3rd preseason game, and I played him in the 4th preseason game. He played outstanding, so I like to get him. Then Sheldon Day, Stephen Charles, and Michael Bennett will be your starting defensive tackles. A lot to work on, but I feel like Sheldon Day and Stephen Charles had some promise. So that's why I got them, as I traded away Malik Jackson, and I did trade away Calais Campbell for picks in the future. Then we got Dante Fowler. I decided to move him to left outside linebacker because I like to blitz my outside linebackers a lot and drop my middle linebacker into coverage, then drop maybe a defensive end into coverage. And he has really good speed and good tackling. He can block shed. He's got some power moves, so I wanted to have him not on the defensive line, but I wanted to have him in a position where he can still make plays, and he does still make plays in coverage when I have him go into coverage. Then we have Miles Jack, who I moved to starting middle linebacker as I traded away Paul Posluszny. I didn't want to keep him. Then Audie Cole, who played very well, but Miles Jack played better than him. Then we have Telvin Smith, staple there. And then what I love to see here, Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Boye, Chidobe Awuzie, who I got with Taco Charlton, T.J. Green out of Clemson, who I moved to corner, and then Jalen Myrick, who played very well, and he's got some speed, man. So I just had to keep him. Then we go to the free safety. I traded for my man out of Florida, Marcus May. The Jets didn't want much for Marcus May, so I was willing to offer it up, and I was able to secure his services. And then at strong safety, we have rookie Marcus Williams out of Utah, who plays like an absolute freak, and I really like that. But then we got Jason Myers and Brad Nortman. The rest of it is pretty irrelevant. On a practice squad, Brandon Allen didn't win a spot, as I did bring in. He was going to be the third QB I was going to bring in. Instead, he will be on the practice squad. Devontae Mays, Adam Shahan, who I expect to get signed quickly, or Shaheen, sorry. Alex Ellis, Amba Eta Tau, Avery Genesee, Deshaun Hall, Caleb Brantley, and Carol Phillips. Now, Brantley is a guy who I'm very much considering moving up from the practice squad because I feel like he might get signed, but we will see how the first game goes, and then we'll go from there. But that is the team for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And as what you guys might be saying, you have some promising players at promising positions. It's still difficult. The slider set that I was working with and working so hard on the past week, really, so I could do a rebuilding one and have it be very, at least realistic in terms of gameplay. Man, you see the flaws in every single person's game. So this should be extremely interesting. If you want to see my sliders, I'll bring them up for you guys here. And I'll just scroll through them for any of you guys that want to use a slider set. This has worked so far perfectly for me. And then I have to bring this down. I messed up on this one, but that's besides the point. Fatigue, I'm bringing it up to 60. That, and then medium player threshold is 90. Makes things very interesting. So I had that, and then penalties just really kind of even across the board. But yeah, that's that. And then if you want to look at our team, so we already scheduled to rebuild the stadium. So just look at the trades. We have $73.8 million in cap space. And let's just look at our picks. So we have 2 first-round picks. That first, I believe, is from the Jets, and then ours. Then we have a second-round pick, a 5th, a 6th, and that's it. Then we have 3 firsts next year. Calais Campbell and Malik Jackson got us those 2 firsts. A second, I had another second, but I traded that away. Then a 4th and 3 7ths. So safe to say we still have a good amount of picks. I'm sure I'll trade down and trade up and do all the stuff I like to do. But it's definitely very good. And I like how it plays. If you want to see Brad Kaya in the game and how he looks like, I think he looks pretty cool. I think number 9 suits him very well just because I was looking at other numbers, but I felt like number 9 worked for Kaya, and it looks pretty good. The other number I was looking at was 7, but I just didn't feel too great about that. So Kaya it is. So you will see our first game sometime next week. I'm not too sure when, but this is what I decided. This is what I wanted to do, and I'm just super excited to get into it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you guys for supporting the Dolphins franchise. Episode 1 and 2. Episode 3 should come out, if not tonight, then tomorrow night, and then I will have episode 4 on Tuesday, and then 5 sometime next week, as well as the first episode of the Jaguars franchise. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace.